Managing Amazon PPC campaigns requires constant monitoring of keywords, bids, and budgets to maintain profitability. In this video, you will learn how sellerboard's new smart portfolio feature automates your PPC Amazon advertising optimization by discovering converting keywords, adjusting bids to reach target metrics, and allocating budgets to best performing campaigns. If you want to try sellerboard for 2 months for free, sign up using the link below in the video description.
Hello, Alex. I'm really excited to have you back on Orange Click YouTube channel today to share some updates that Sellerboard has recently released, which are meant to help sellers to automate their PPC process from bid and keyword optimizations to also budget allocation. Before we go into those details and see how it works for sellers, could you first introduce yourself and also let us know shortly what Sellerboard is and how do you usually help Amazon sellers?
Sure. Hello again, Lizette. It's really great to be with Orange Click again. Thanks for the invitation. So my name is Alex. I'm the product knowledge specialist at Sellerboard. And Sellerboard is a profit analytics software with a bunch of additional tools like the PPC module that I'm going to kind of introduce to you today. And yeah, we specialize in helping sellers understand their numbers better so they can make decisions that will help them improve their profitability and also automate some of the process inside their business, like, for instance, the PPC optimization.
All right. Well, we're super excited to learn about the PPC module you just talked about. So, as always, with you, let's have you sharing your screen so we could see exactly inside the tool and see how it works and have your comments also.
Of course. All right. I trust you can see my screen now. And this is Sellerboard. So this is the demo account that I'm showing to you. Currently, we are seeing the profit dashboard, but since we are talking about the PPC automation feature that we are releasing now, let's switch to the PPC dashboard over here. So a very brief introduction to the functionality. Up until recently, Sellerboard had the option to automate bits to optimize keywords. So these were the only two types of automation that Sellerboard helped the sellers with. But now we also introduced other features that enable the users to get their budget allocated to those campaigns that show better performance. And we decided to kind of combine all of those three functionalities together to create a single module that takes all of the heavy lifting of the seller in terms of deciding which keywords should be tested and then trying to optimize those keywords. And then finally, looking at the results for the campaigns that reach their optimization goals and then allocating more budget to them. So now the feature that I'm going to demonstrate does all of that. Imagine only selecting a product that you want to advertise and allocating a daily budget that you're prepared to spend on advertising that budget. And then Sellerboard doing the rest. This is pretty much what it does. And currently it's called Smart or Automated Portfolios. It's a feature that you are able to find in your PPC dashboard. Let me show you how exactly you can set it up and what is the process. So the automated portfolios is available over here at the bottom of the screen. You can see a blue button that's called Create Smart Portfolio. You can click on that and get a splash screen that will introduce the way it works. So to explain in general terms that the keyword optimization feature is there, the bid optimization feature is there, and also the budget allocation feature is there. In a nutshell, what Sellerboard does, first of all, you decide which product you want to promote, and then Sellerboard creates an automation campaign, or you can introduce your own keywords like seed keywords. And then afterwards, Sellerboard starts working with that campaign to find the keywords that will actually convert. And based on the results, that campaign goes from the discovery stage to the next one, which is called optimization stage. And this is where the bid optimization starts happening. After your optimization target is reached, then this campaign is transferred to the scale stage. And at that point, the budget is allocated to the campaigns that have the most performance. So basically, you have an explanation on the splash screen. You can click on Start Now and start setting up your smart portfolio. So the first type of settings you're going to define are the general ones. So you need to give it a name, obviously. Let's call it portfolio one, for instance. Then you would decide on which marketplace do you want to launch this portfolio at. You would select a product that you want to advertise or several products. And then you would decide with the daily budget. In this demo account, for some reason, we have the yen as the type of currency, but you will obviously have your own currency of your account. So you are defining here the daily portfolio budget. This is everything that the portfolio will spend in all of the stages, like in the discovery stage, in the optimization stage, in the scale stage. Combined together per day will be this value. So basically 18 yen. What is important to mention here? The fact that the discovery stage where the automated campaigns are being created only takes up 10% of the total daily budget. So this amount of the budget is allocated to discovery rule keywords. And the rest is dedicated to scaling the keywords that are performing better to reach the defined targeting that you have. And then once you reach the target, obviously scale it up. All right. So you decide on a daily portfolio budget. Then you can also use an existing campaign that you already have running. You can also introduce it into this portfolio. So you can, if you have one that you want to introduce here to get it optimized, or maybe an automated campaign that already does some keyword harvesting, you can also introduce it here. So you will just define which one, select from a list. And then you have the settings for each stage of the smart portfolio process. So the first one being discovery. You are deciding on how do you want to discover the new keywords, right? So first of all, you have the option to create a dedicated auto campaign. This is what I mentioned at the beginning. Sellerboard sees the product that you've selected and then creates an automated campaign to discover the keywords that will convert. And whenever the keywords convert, then they are transferred to a separate campaign in the optimization stage. So first of all, you can check this box to create a dedicated auto campaign, but also you can see your own keywords, right? So you have the option to add several keywords here, just a list. All right, moving forward, the optimization stage. Over here, you defined your bidding strategy and your optimization goal. So you have two options. You can try to reach a target ACOS, which is an interval, right? So this is a range from 20 to 30%. Maybe you're trying to go lower or higher, or you can define a target profit margin, right? So what will happen then? The campaigns that will enter the optimization stage will try to adjust the bids in a certain way in order for the campaigns to reach this ACOS, target ACOS, or this target profit margin. By the way, you also have like a switch over here at the bottom of the screen, which is called Show Advanced Settings. You can flip the switch and you'll have some more settings that you can introduce. So we are talking now about the optimization stage. So here you can go a little bit deeper into setting up and fine tune your optimization target, right? So you can choose a strategy, how you want to change the bids, more aggressively or more slowly, like it will be safer for you. And also you can introduce a maximum and minimum bid. The people that already saw how the bid optimization works and worked before in sellerboard will know these features because basically this is the same functionality. You define how aggressively you want to change the bids and you just set a cap just to play it safe. So these are the settings. Let's go a little bit, take a step back actually to discovery stage, because over here with the advanced settings, you will also have some things to look at. For instance, the grace period. So the grace period is the amount of days that the budget for a campaign will not be modified in order to give it a chance to convert, right? So if a campaign will have keywords that will not have sales, for instance, for a period of 7 days, then they will not be changed, right? So this is like a grace period. But if they will have no sales after 7 days, then the budget will be allocated differently. So because there will be no sales for these keywords. Then you can, by the way, define, as I said in the very beginning, like budget for research. I said 10%, but you can actually modify it and go for any value that you want. But by default, I think it was 10, but you can modify it to your liking. That means how much of the total daily budget will be spent on the discovery stage. And you can also define like can be a certain percent, but not more than a certain amount of the total budget, like not more than 25 yen in this case. All right. So you can also check a box to search for well-performing keywords in all of your campaigns. So for instance, if you will have campaigns that are already running for some time and you have keywords that are performing really well there, Sellerboard can take a look at those campaigns and take them to introduce them into the campaigns in this portfolio as well. All right. And the last stage actually doesn't have a lot of settings, but it's there. So it's the scaling stage. And the scaling stage, it's the phase when the budgets get allocated to the campaigns that are performing the best, but actually this process happens in the background all of the time for all of the phases. So even at the discovery stage, if there are discovery campaigns that are performing better, then they will have more budget applied to them. And in optimization stage, if there are campaigns that are performing better, then they will receive more budget. So now that you see how to set up a smart portfolio, the last thing you need to do is just click continue. Let's take a look at what will happen when you will create one, right? So let's go back to the dashboard. I'm going to leave this page. So over here on the PPC dashboard, you might already know that there are several tabs to analyze your PPC performance on a portfolio level, campaign level, and so on and so forth. And now there's a separate tab that's called Smart Portfolios. And by clicking this tab, you will see all your smart portfolios. You'll be able to break them down and see the campaigns in each of the stages, right? So the campaigns in the discovery stage, they will be here, like photo campaigns. You can also set up a manual campaign. If you are seeding your own keywords, if you recall in the very beginning when I showed you the settings for discovery stage, you had the option to introduce your own keywords. This will be a manual campaign over here. And if you're creating an auto campaign, this is the second one, you'll be able to see its performance. And then you will see the campaigns in your optimization stage. You can see that it's isolated, meaning that Sellerboard discovered a keyword that was performing the best, and it isolated this keyword from an auto campaign. It means that it created a campaign with a single keyword, right? And then started optimizing the bids for that campaign. And obviously, if this keyword will increase its performance in which the target, then it would start receiving more budget. And then last but not least, you will have the campaigns in your scaling phase, right? So you have two types of campaigns in the demo account, like an isolated campaign. That means that there's a single keyword in there. And now the campaign is being scaled up. And also you have a multi-campaign. That means that there are several keywords in that campaign that and this campaign exited the optimization stage, meaning that it showed stable performance and reached the optimization target. So all of those keywords inside the campaign have been transferred further into the scaling phase inside the same multi-campaign. Now, the budget will be allocated between the campaigns depending on their performance. And also, there's another thing that if there will be insufficient budget, for instance, in the scaling phase, for to be distributed between the isolated and multi-campaign, And inside the multi-campaign, there will be a single keyword that will be showing the best performance. Then it can be moved to a separate isolated campaign to allocate more budget to it, right? So if there's a campaign, not all the keywords inside the campaign are performing the same, then the best performing keyword can be isolated and it can receive more budget. So overall, to wrap it up, um, the smart portfolios is a feature that helps you automate the process of searching and finding the keywords that convert, then adjusting the bids for those keywords in order to reach your optimization goals, so a target takers or target profit margin, and also allocate the budget to the keywords and the campaigns that are really performing the best. And the feature is out. You can take a look at it, test it out. And if you have any feedback or questions or comments, you have this blue button at the bottom right. So this is our support. Please drop us a message and tell us what you think.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for sharing us the PPC dashboard, but also the new functions for smart portfolios. Very interesting. Could you once more highlight? So you said, I think before that the keyword optimization part and the bid optimization part was something that was already part of the tool, if I understood correctly, and now the budget
Yes.
allocation is something that is kind of a newer. Could you highlight once more why this is kind of not a game changer, but very important thing for the sellers?
Sure. So this is important because for us, it was the final missing link. Um, the when optimizing your keywords and in the bids, there's also the phase of understanding where to put your money at, right? So where to allocate the budget, and it's work because you need to go through the same analysis and decide. And once you also can automate the process, then that means that you can have all the flywheel connect elements connected together, so it can work like a machine that's set up and it's working for you. Now that we've nailed it, now that we've released it, and we have that final missing link, we understood that it was the piece that helped us uh, bring it all together into one single complex feature.
Nice, very good. I mean, makes the life of Amazon sellers easier again. So I'm more than sure that they appreciate the update. Coming back to the first phase, discovery phase. So when you were going through the settings, there was an option to enter seed keywords, but also kind of turn on that automatic campaign that would try to find the keywords. And sellers can choose to turn it on or leave it off. When would you recommend to turn it on? And are there some instances where you would say like, hey, just put the seed keywords, but don't ask the tool to create the automatic campaign?
Mhm. So I would suggest for sellers that don't have too much experience with the brand analytics and maybe don't have access to brand analytics data inside Amazon Seller Central. For those sellers, it would be better to try and see what the automated campaigns that you can create, by checking that mark, what that will bring in. But for more advanced sellers that really, analyze the keywords, that have access to the brand analytics data and can see which keywords are performing the best in their category for their product. So I would suggest taking a look at that and trying to play around with what would fit inside a specific portfolio. So trying some of those keywords and maybe even creating several portfolios with different sets of keywords that they would see in the brand analytics section, and then see the outcome and see the results. So it's like for sellers that have a little bit more experience with PPC.
All right, thank you for that. And I think my final question would be so once the seller goes through the process of setting up the smart portfolio, yeah, chooses the settings just as you showed. Let's say the campaigns have been up and running, but now the seller feels like, okay, I would like to change actually a few of those details I initially entered. So if those things are already up and running, should they then just come back to this same smart portfolio and kind of edit the settings, or would you just recommend to kind of pause it and then just create another one? Maybe it's also more based case on case. I mean, maybe you can provide like a exact answer, but just in general.
So, like as a general rule for everything, I would suggest trying because as you said it, the answer might differ depending on the account and what the seller has been doing so far. But there might be sellers that have like their first campaign and a campaign set up currently, so it would not make too much difference for them. They would pause the portfolio and then create a new one and experiment. It would make maybe even more sense for them without wasting too much time and budget, with some settings that really don't work for them. But for sellers that are already registering results and they, have some time in with the portfolio, and they maybe, already have keywords and campaigns that have been through all the three stages. In that case, maybe it wouldn't be a very good move in pausing everything altogether. Maybe it would make sense to try and adjust.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. So similar approach as to kind of regularly creating PPC campaigns, and so the same principle would apply. Okay, good to hear. Well, very good, exciting. I'm hoping that you're gonna develop this PPC dashboard and all the features further to support the sellers, as we know Amazon is also developing. So I know you're always trying to do your best as well to help sellers in the best way. So before we go for today, could you once more highlight what are all of the other main features Sellerboard offers for sellers, and what's the website to learn more about? And also mention the demo account again for those who are not familiar with it yet.
Sure, of course. So, just to give a second brief description of sellerboard, it's a tool for profit analytics, for understanding your real numbers, for seeing your fees, your returns, your shipping costs, and basically everything that affects your bottom line. So this is our strongest point. This is where we put the most of our attention and try to make the data and the results that you get as accurate as possible. There are also a lot of exciting updates that I'll be announcing maybe in the upcoming period. Maybe by the time that this video will be published, we will also have those released in the software. But besides the profit analytics part, we also have a very powerful inventory module where you can understand how much inventory you have, what's the valuation of your inventory, where it is, the stock is currently, when would be a good time to reorder, how much would be a good quantity to reorder. The sellers can place FBA, can create FBA shipments and send stuff to Amazon warehouses, and they will also create purchase orders to have all those numbers updated for the values that Amazon doesn't really know about what's on the production, what's at your prep center, and so on and so forth. So, and also we have view request automation campaigns that you can set up. We have a powerful alerts dashboard, so you can get notified about all the important stuff in your Amazon account. Obviously, the PPC dashboard, I just scratched the surface with it, but there are a lot of interesting things to discover there. And yeah, so pretty much different aspects of being an Amazon seller. And I encourage everyone to visit sellerboard.com. There's the option to see the demo account. In the demo account, you will see how the dashboard looks, what the features and the functionalities are. And if you have further questions, you can always reach out to our support, and they will try to answer it at their best.
Great. Thank you so much for the overview. And as always, we're going to also have the link to Sellerboard in the video description below. And if you have any questions about the PPC dashboard or the smart portfolios, also leave your questions down in the comments below, because then we will ask Alex to come back to the video and provide answers to you as well. So thanks again for joining me, and I do look forward to see you again on our channel.
Thank you, Lizette, again for the invitation. It's been a pleasure. Looking forward to talking and seeing you in the next videos.
I hope this video will help you to automate your Amazon PPC optimization with the Sellerboard Smart Portfolio feature. And if you want to try Sellerboard's tool for yourself, check their link in the video description for an extended 2 months free trial. Normally, it's only 1 month. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons to see more content like this. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below, and we will ask them Sellerboard team to respond. And now I recommend you to watch another video where you will learn how to set up alerts for your Amazon business using Sellerboard. So check this out.